So package deals are coming back in. Like I got a package of 500 fixer-upper homes yesterday. And I told my director, I was like, hey, we have this. He's like, well, we'll take my kidney as a down payment.
Wow. That's insane volume. That's insane volume.
Of course, every month does not turn out to be like that.
Sure.
I've done. I think the most I've done up to is 32 deals a month that I did last year. I've done a few 28 deals now, which was one of the last year was a big year for me. But my average volume falls between 12 to 15 deals. I think there is so much emphasis because it is economies of scale. So I understand that, the more you do, the more you make, and you don't want to just milk every deal, right? So
sure.
Some deals I don't make any money. Like there's a deal probably I've done, like it was done for a very good contact, and I probably am going to make like $50 on it.
Okay. All right, cool. So what I was telling people was when I originally approached you about this, you were telling me like I usually don't do this, and I don't seek any type of publicity anyway, and then we stayed on the phone, and it took a little bit of convincing on my part, and then before you knew it, we're like, all right, let's do it. So when she says no billboard, I believe her. I do believe her.
At this point, I do evaluate things that how much work I want to take. I've been working like a dog for the past 4 years of my life, and I haven't had any breaks. I haven't switched off work for a single second. So I just would like to make the most money with with things that I can get done. So yeah, somewhere there, hopefully.
Got it. Okay, so now you're talking like really high level stuff though. You talked about a director, and then you talked about a bulk portfolio sale, right? Now, are these corporate institutions that are selling the bulk packages, or is this private individuals?
Individuals. It all becomes who you know at the end of the day, and what your reputation is. It all becomes about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm brand new. I don't have any reputation, and I don't know anybody. So what the hell do I do?
Work your ass off till people know you.
Okay. So what? Help me understand. I mean, you and I know, and I know some of the answers to this question, but there's people that are thinking these things. So, I can work. I work hard. I work really, really hard.
I'll tell you. So I have a business coach, and I've had a business coach for years now. You have 7 to 15 seconds to make an impression on everybody or anybody. So how to utilize those, generally you'll see when you first meet me, in the first 15 seconds, I'll cover who I am. And then the more you deal with me, I back up that reputation, right? Sure. If you do a deal, like I'm closing on it. I'm not losing your relationship. I'm not losing my reputation. Even sometimes I have to personally buy the deals that I don't want to fucking buy, but I'll buy it and I'll close on it because you know that I close deals and I'm good for my word. I cuss a lot, by the way. I'm trying to refrain from cussing.
No, cuss. It's okay.
Day starts with fuck you and fuck off. Like it ends at that. And so, but having, I was actually dealing with this syndicate, some time ago. And these are like, suited, wooded syndicate, and they're pretty large syndicate actually. I was talking to their president, and I was just like, he said something. I said, fuck it. I don't think you and I can work together. So I hung up on him almost. That you have the value. You have something that investors want, and you have the value. And then go from there. Don't be kind about it, but knowing your value is very important, and never ever sacrifice on that. But don't get egotistical and are too proud, and that bites back. But know the value of what you're doing. And then I would get on the calls. And the only way you can work on your speech, record yourself talking. I had a huge transaction 6-7 months ago. My company where I started my wholesale journey from, who taught me everything, we parted ways. And it was very painful. And the way I deal with trauma is I quite literally, start working more. So,
yeah, I'm the same way.
at least you're depressed and making money. So I between July and September, and I clocked in 11,000 calls to realtors.
Wow.
And because I just sat on the calls, and it generated business to another level for me. Record. I mean, I think it should be mandatory initially for first 2 years. You have to record all your calls, and you have to listen to yourself, how you're interacting with people, where you went short, where you went overboard, where because that is the 2 years. Your first 2 years of hard work will quite literally tell you where you're going to end up at.
Right. And so you would call up agents, and were you calling up agents for networking purposes, or were you calling them up to see what kind of opportunities they have?
So the goal always is to build a relationship, right? So out of like 10,000 calls, you'll get one realtor who will understand what you're doing and send you business repeatedly, right? Then it is your performance and how professional you are that will build that relationship. But the goal always is, you don't need to a lot of people think when they see my numbers and they see the fees I'm selling these things to, people think I have a lot of I have room full of investors and realtors that I go and pick on, work with. I'd have very limited contacts actually for the amount of work I do. I have I have like around 65 good investors repeat, and I have around 40 realtors or brokers I work with, and that's more than enough.
Are we doing a double close, or we're just doing assignments?
We do double close.
You do a double close.
So the thing is that a double close does two things for you, and I think it's an absolute best way to do it. I mean, if I would have it on my way, I would always close it first, and then a week worth of gap, and then there's reasons why I feel like that I should do that way. But because generally but double close is the second closest thing that comes with it.
Sure.
And so I think double close is absolutely helps you. It will put enough pressure on you that, my God, I have money on the line, I have reputation, I gotta close.
Sure.
So and then it's really helpful in reputation.
Who do you call? Which agents should you target? How do you know? Go ahead.
So what I used to do is that, or I still do actually, if I'm looking to build new contacts. Now, by the grace of God, most of the people know me. I get so many leads every day without even picking up a phone. I'm getting lazy about that. But but what I've always done is that so every market is different. I don't know California market. I know California market is different because I have a lot of investors that come from California market.
Right.
So we have HAR here, right? The HAR, I'm a member of it. And so I pull the listings in. So I go subdivision by subdivision in my area. So This week I'm going to pull all the listings sold, active, pending. I'm going to call these people today. You have to simplify it, right? So I have different pitches for different people. And generally it's pretty straightforward. Hey, I saw this house you sold. Congratulations. I'm looking to buy some houses. I work with an investor, or, I'm personally buying. Would you be interested? Do you have any off-market leads? Just simple. We prefer off-market because it helps with the investment. It's easier to resell and fix. And do you have anything like that? Please let me know before you list it. And a lot of times, like when I work with people, if they're listed and I came to know about it later on, I'll tell them to take the listing off, and they do. So. Okay,
so brand new, they should be getting lists, and they should be calling. What kind of lists should they be calling?
Homeowners,
Yeah, but I mean, we can pull. You pull a farm of 20,000 homeowners. You don't know which ones you're going to get. Which are the ones that you would say these are the highest?
Foreclosures list work actually for me. Foreclosures list have worked really well. Tax lien work. You get to the county, you can get that. If you go to fire departments, you can pull lists out of there. Fire damage home. So those lists. Just start from somewhere. Either you grow with me, or I'm going to grow without you. There is nothing that hinders my goal.
Wow. Okay. All right. So new agent, they want to, or not new agent, new person who wants to get into wholesaling, 2,000 to 3,000 calls to homeowners. Right now, the most success that you're having, or that you think they would have, would be with calling foreclosure lists and with tax liens lists. Those are probably going to be the best ones.
Definitely.
Okay?